I'm a fucking walking contradiction. Fuck me. All right. I'm trying to remember how the sexy desk. That's a shelf. Welcome to At a Glance, a series where the chat and I go over a game we had recently and go over what went right, what went wrong, brag about what I did great, and talk mad shit about what I did wrong. Indigo out. This one is Indigo Indigo approved. This is a game we had earlier today. I think at like 3 or 4 whenever I woke up. And it's not going to be me that we're focusing on. We are focusing on s0ftserv3 and using this as a coaching session. I hit the wrong button. Because this one's going to be a little bit of a coaching session to work on improvement. And see what Keith could work on. Hey, you wanted to know what to work on. You wanted me to see a game from your point of view. It's your point of view. All right, let's get this shit started. All right, very first thing. You're following someone else. You need to focus. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on what you need to do immediately. Like, don't follow someone else. Have a plan for what to do right off the bat. Like, immediately, you should be doing these doors and trying to, like, mentally math. As Capcan specifically, you don't want really to do the ones on site unless you're playing a team that does hard rush site. When you're playing Capcan specifically, let me get out of this view. You want to do the rooms that the enemies are going to have to come through. Like, where's a good example? My cursor isn't visible. This double hallway on the bottom of the screen, bottom right, that would be a good Capcan spot because they're not going to know where it is, and it's pretty obvious they're going to come through hallway double. Or, like, where's another good one? This window over here, the double window, because that's where they want to come in on some pushes. You want them to be nervous about Capcans and not be able to predict them. So on site, that's the most obvious spot for a Capcan, and they're going to scout the fuck out of this door. But like hallway double, they might drop their guard and not look for a Capcan anymore. You want to ruin them on the way to site. You don't want them to reach site at all. They're going to reach it, but you want as much in the way as possible to stop them from reaching site. Like, these Capcans are good if they hard rush site, but you want to stop them from getting that far in the first place. So you want a Capcan off site. And this right here, those are castles. A Capcan and a castle is not a really synergistic thing because they break the castle and chances are they use an explosive, so your Capcan's gone too. Or they ignore the castle, and your Capcan is useless. So, like, the Capcans that are on castles might not even get touched. So now everyone's reinforcing walls. You're on site. If you are anchoring like this on site, your job needs to be either... As Capcan, I have a tendency to try to build off site, but close enough where it's an alarm. Then don't put them on site. Put them on the doors, like 1 or 2 doors away from site. And you want to be soft roaming. Like, they cannot be your only alarm because they can get destroyed by like 50 different things. IQ can see them. Zero and Twitch can zap them. Thatcher can disable them. Some attackers can just straight tank them. So, yeah, you want to be like... You don't want to rely on them as an alarm, but they are... You want to put them where they are alarms. Like, you wouldn't put a proxy alarm on site. So this right here, that's an open site. What are you going to do about it? Because where you're positioned, you have really no cover because that's a soft wall to your right. You want to be to the left more or straight ignoring the sight line, which now you're ignoring it. And then roaming into it. Yeah. When you're anchoring on site like this, where the enemy has a hard time reaching you unless they rush, your job needs to be like cameras. Because right now you're kind of waiting for the enemy and not giving us anything to work with. You don't want to be the last line of defense waiting to be defense. You want to be our first set of eyes until someone dies, and then they watch cams for you. Where's that death? Hold on. Give me back the replay controls. What happened there? Let's go all the way back. I said all the way back. Where the fuck are you? Are you already dead? Or is it actually broke? I can't go to you anymore. Oh, now I can. So yeah, this right here, because you're just on site out in the open, you're not watching any of your sight lines. You're just watching this door, including the door to your left, which is outside right now. And they can just do that. You want to be away from doors as much as possible. If you're not actively watching a door, be as away from the door as possible. So this right here, I'm just watching a sight line. I'm watching double because 90% chance that's where they're going to come through. It's down to just me and Doki now. So I'm watching, I'm trying to hold this sight. I completely whiff my fucking duel, and they just take it. So yeah, take away from that. Use your if you use Capcans as alarms, leave them off site. You do not want to be, you want to be in a position where those are not your first line of defense. You don't want them to be you don't want them to be the thing that saves your life. You want them to be the thing that stops you from needing to save your life in the first place. It's better for an enemy to Capcan coming in than to Capcan pushing site where you might be the last one alive. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, Jaeger. Immediately trying to find spots to Jaeger. When you are Jaegering, I remember this Jaeger being cringe, let's go. So when you put a Jaeger down, there's two rules. You want the Jaeger to, let me just go into this view. You want the Jaeger to be somewhere hidden from sight lines where the enemy has to put effort to get it. And you want it to be somewhere relevant. So let's see where your first one is and see if it follows the rules. Because so far you're just kind of, you're looking around for something to do. Figure out something to do. Like you're just wandering. None of your Jaegers are down and there's 10 seconds. Alright, so that's your first Jaeger. Does it follow the first rule of being vaguely hidden? The answer is no. Because the enemy can shoot it from outside. They can shoot it from this door. Like on the south side of office. And just shoot in. They can shoot it from outside of sight. Like, it is very easy to destroy. Is it relevant? Also, no. Because for that to catch something, it would have to be around bomb or around the hole. And there's very little chance the enemy's going to chuck a nade that far or through the hole. So that Jaeger right there just isn't useful. So that's both the rules it just doesn't follow. And now you're looking for where to put the second, I'm guessing. Still just kind of wandering. Have you only put one Jaeger so far? You've put only one Jaeger and are not looking for places to put the other two. I thought it wrapped around. It doesn't. It needs LOS.
A bomb has been located.
So you hear the breaking. That's the window to the right. I put down two that game. Where and when? Because Jaeger, you want to put down early. You do not want to put them late in the game. Because that's a chance for you to get killed. Yeah, you're just wandering on site, anchoring. Really wandering these open sight lines. Yeah, when you're... like, looking at these sight lines when you're anchoring on site is good. If it's late in the game and the enemy is already making that push. Second one sucked because of the wraparound thing. Oh, no. Well, there's your barbed wire. Yeah, that's another thing. Use as much of your setup utility as possible at the beginning. You want the game to be ready to go, and you want as little to do in the game as possible, except shoot. You're just looking around for things to do. You see the Maverick hole, which is a good spot. don't get the kill, but you do spot it, and he misses you. This Jaeger, let's take... Listen very carefully to the right side. Listen to your right earbud. Very carefully right now. Listen to the right very carefully. I will be quiet. Did you hear the nade to the right? So that is why you put your ADSs down early, so that that doesn't happen. Because your ADSs are what keep them from doing that. And if you're spending time putting them down, that is time you could be using telling us where it came from or watching an angle. It could have caught that nade if it was set up. It could have actually gotten that one. But, no. It just wasn't set up in time. So that ADS is dead. That's why I realized it doesn't wrap around the wall. It doesn't need to... Now, that's just a bad spot for an ADS, because they have the sight lines. It's not that it doesn't wrap around the wall. It's that it would have caught that grenade if you had it set up. And... Alright, let's go over that one. This right here, you are aware that's an open sight line. You know the enemy is right there, and you don't know where, and you need to keep your eyes on it. You turn. You turn your back to this open sight line, rather than backing up while watching it, and you give them the free kill. Alright, where the fuck am I? Let's look at me for a second. I am keeping my eyes trained on this hole, because they either are going to push through it, or they're going to make a mistake and peek it because they don't realize it's there. And also, someone's down next to me. I am not arguing. So let's see. It's just the lion left that's up. And he's somewhere. I don't know where the fuck the lion is. Oh, he's on the other side of the map. So I'm just watching my sight line. I'm not up against the hold. I'm not up against the mirror like I'd like to be, because I've got that hole to my left, and I know if I go straight up to it, he might get me from the left. I peek to try to get him. He's going to make the mistake of going left and loses the duel. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things about the later round energy of Siege. The later in the round, the more it starts to really live up to its name as FPS chess, because there's a million holes, and you have to, like, mentally, before you make any move, you have to math out, you know, is there a hole here? Is there a hole here? Is there a knight over here that can do that Weird Al thing? Is there a bishop with a weird angle? Where's the queen? You gotta, like, math out everyone's sight lines and figure out what you can do to not be in them. So now we're on our attack. Let's see how you drone. First of all, you drone with a delay. So that's pretty rando behavior, I'm just saying. You know who drones with a delay? Randos. So play Shotgun King if you can play your corners. But if you're going to play a long fucking hallway or a long sight line with a shotgun, don't. So at this point, we know where bomb is. If we know where bomb is, your job is to find the rest of the defenders when you're droning. And if we found the defenders, your job is to put a drone to figure out how we're going to play this. So that's Cam already down. Cat almost gets spawn peeked because Cat's bad at the game. And you're trying to find something to do here. What you want to be doing is pushing up and trying to secure that angle. All right, you start following. Do not break that window. Don't break it. All right, notice. Let's go back for a second. Notice what Thatcher does here. Actually, I didn't go back far enough. Notice what Thatcher does. And this is something to not do. Thatcher comes up to the hole. Peeks inside. And don't do that. What you want to do before you break and make your entry, drone. If you drone before you go into a room, you won't get massacred. If you drone before you break a room like this, you know where the enemy is, you know if the enemy is in there, and it is safer to break and breach. You do not want to just break and go in, because you don't know what's in there. You don't have the intel. So now you're trying to clear this room without the intel that Thatcher could have provided with drone. In which case, you drone. Now Thatcher is droning to figure out what's ahead of you, which that is a good call. It needs to be communicated what is being seen. Because I don't remember if there were calls for that. So now you're peeking this room over here. That's the boost. So why the boost if you're not going to use it? If you are boosted, there were calls that was clear. Were there any other calls that it was clear? Because if there are calls that a room is clear, take that space. Take the space and run with it. Because if you don't take that space, the enemy will keep that space. And it's better if they don't have the space. So you hear shooting on the right. You know they're on the right side of you. And you are moving your crosshair everywhere. There were calls to boost? All right, then. Just make sure you also can use it to some capacity. So this right here, there's an angle to your left, a room that has not been cleared. There's a room in front of you, which has not been cleared. There's a room to your left, like in front of you right there, has not been cleared. You want as few sight lines on you as possible right here. Because this right here, there's a bishop on your left, potentially. There's a queen over there, potentially. There's a rook over there, potentially. And you have no fucking clue. So you are just, like, sitting here waiting for death. You either got to, like, push up and take space or get somewhere safe. So you start pushing this room. When you push into a room like this, what you want to be doing is you come through that double door. You want to look immediately to your right, because you don't know if someone's going to be in that little soft wall corner on the right, and sweep the room with your vision. Do not leave any corners unchecked. That is how you clear a room. Or if someone's in it, shoot. That's also how you clear a room. So you're checking basement. There are way less sightlines on you because Thatcher's behind you. There were calls that there was someone in basement stairs here too. So watch the basement stairs and use your own drone. Like, that is what your drones are for. If someone's in the basement, especially because this is what you're doing. Someone's in the basement, you're pushing ahead. Take your drone and leave it near the basement. Or what equipment do you have, actually? Frags. Okay. Take your drone, leave it facing the basement stairs. So if someone dies, they can watch your drone and tell you if you're being flanked. Drones are so fucking strong in this game. Use your drone as an information tool to see if you will get flanked. That way you're not constantly watching your back. This is a good sight line because someone might cross it. That's a good sight to hold. Just actually hold it. Yeah, you have a tendency to like move your crosshair around. If you're holding an angle, you do not need to move. Like, if you're not actively being shot at and you're not in danger, stop moving. Because you're just fucking up your own aim for no reason. So if someone does move around that sight line and you're moving around, you're going to fuck up that shot for yourself. All right, good. Checking the angle. Another situation where you could have swept as you came in. Game's already over, so I can't go back to it. Yeah, clear rooms, check your angles, and do what you can to take the space when you go into a room. Ah, good-ass Arizona.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
All right. IQ on this one. You didn't hesitate on the drone. You improved in one game. That's not rando behavior. Oh, wait, I remember. Wait. No, I don't remember this one. I think we win this one.
Bomb located by attackers.
Unless I'm misremembering. How many rounds were there? I am misremembering this one. I didn't use IQ like a shove in this game. I'll be the judge of that. And by which I mean probably. But I'll be the judge.
10 seconds.
But you know your performance. But I'll be the judge. But you might be right. But I'll be the judge.
Attackers are
All right, so your drone's just kind of doing absolute nothing here. Like, your drone is literally doing nothing in that room. We're not going in through that room. There's no one in that room. That room has really no value to us, except if they fall back. Like, it's very much a tertiary kind of drone. So you're pushing up with Osa. Because you're IQ, your job is to basically help Osa get in with your gadget. Like, even before kills, your job is to look for them. That was a vert point I thought we could have taken. Is it above the bomb? That's the big thing with a vertical play. Is it above the bomb? And are we going to use it? Like, how do we reach it? Because that's the thing. You can drone out a room that you want to use. That's fine. That's great. Drone it when it's relevant, because who's the nearest to it right now? I guess me and Cat. Above bomb? I know it's above bomb, but here's the thing. How are we going to get in there if we still have to cross this room and the hallway to get in there? Because we're not going to waste a breach on that wall. It just wouldn't make any sense. Like, the drone is good, but you're getting ahead of yourself because we still need to get there, which means fighting the Cavi up here. Who the fuck else? I think Vigil was up here, too. Yeah, Vigil's already dead. Yeah, Vigil was up here. So, yeah, that drone could be used to help us get into this room and then use the drone again, clear this hallway, use the drone again, clear that room. But, like, take it in steps, because you're at the last step of getting in that room. We need this first step of get inside. All right, where are you again? All right, you're helping Osa. Really kind of, you're wandering looking for something to do. Either help Osa get in or help someone else get in. But you're kind of just lounging about doing nothing right now. Like, there's really nothing going on here. All right, you come back to Osa. Osa's checking higher stairs. Osa nope.
attackers bomb diffuser has been
Doke.
dropped.
Someone, Cat gets a kill. Maverick dies. Maverick can suck shit. All right, so you're checking upstairs, checking the angles, and you are wandering again. Keep your eyes. All right, all right. Big lesson. Another big lesson. Thank fuck this is a coaching one. Keep your eyes on the double door. Keep your eyes anywhere where the enemy can be. Because you're wandering around a lot, looking here, looking down, and looking into the woods, looking up, looking at your own dick. Look at the double door you have opened. Because that's the only place the enemy can be. If you take your eyes off that, the enemy has a chance to take you out. If the enemy crosses it, you have lost a chance to take an enemy out. You've made a sight line. Use it. You've partially cleared the room. Either clear it or leave. But, like, you're half committing to, like, 50 different actions. And, yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Attackers will
Never turn your back towards an open site. Like, ever. All right, that was a kill from Doki. Where am I? I know I played like shit this game. I'm just watching the stairs because I don't know what's happening. Drone. I drone this room to see if I can come down. I see a hole here to see if I can scout out sight. I can't because it's a weird fucking hole despite the hole being there. Droning out that room because there is a soft. Shoot a cam into the floor to see what I can see. I now have a sightline on camera for our dead players to see. Or a camera on hall. I'm fucking tired. So Cat died. She's telling me in the hatch. And on my part, that is a shit cam because that doesn't see anything. I thought it was a corner, not a shelf. So I'm just peeking it. I don't win the duel because I suck shit. It's up to Doki because I suck shit. It's down to the panic because we're down to 3 seconds. And yeah. Vertical play. We didn't do it. All right, last round. Let's see, who are you? You're Capcan again.
Defenders, protect your
Let's see if you have taken my advice to heart that you're only hearing now and not during the game. You nodded. I saw that. I saw the nod. So first thing you do, you go in here to see what we're doing. This Capcan here, again, only really useful if they rush site. Which it should not. Theoretically, in a great game, that round I wasted so much time just walking back and forth in front of the door doing fuck all. Yeah, a lot of us have that issue of just like dicking around and not taking space. Like we need to actually assert that aggression.
5 seconds left before
Yeah, as I was saying, if you are cap canning all of the site in a good game, you would want your cap cans to never be used. But because you're putting your cap cans off site, the weight of stopping the push is on everyone else. That's a decent cap can. Because your cap cans are all on site, all of the work that could have been put in to stop them from reaching site is on the rest of your team. Like these cap cans need to be the part of what stops the push and not part of what saves you from just getting hard rushed. Like, the individual use is there, but it's not very team play or objective helpful, if that makes sense. Also, don't you have another one? No, you use them all. So you're just in this sightline in an open window. Kind of trying to figure out what to do. Anchoring again without doing cams. Because none of us are doing cams. So this is like me being nitpicky and like way above your skill level. There's no reason to watch this door because one, you say you use them as alarms, so there's a cap can right in that door. Second of all, for them to reach that and for that sight line to be relevant, they would need to be in the hallway already. So like watching this sight line doesn't do anything. Window, however, I have no clue what the fuck they're doing with window. I don't think they're actually using window. I think that's just a scare tactic. Another Doki. So yeah, you're watching the window, which is holding your angle, but you're also swaying to this other sight line that doesn't matter. Watching the window. Yeah, this is just like you're in a safe position relatively. The only sight line on you is the window because you've got the alarm with the cap can that will tell you if someone's coming. Let's see, glass is down. Cat's about to die. You're just kind of constantly circling this window. With the window open like this, you're kind of pinned. Like, you got to either, like, risk the crossing, which sometimes you can, or just not move. And also, from where you are, let me just... From where you are right now, this is a strong position. This is a really fucking strong position to be in, because you've got the bathroom cap canned up. There's this big fucking hole between the two sites. From where you are, you can get against the wall, so they have to come in to kill you. You want them to come in. Because them coming in... I didn't realize I moved my crosshairs so much until watching this. This is why you watch back your replays. Because you will never learn in the heat of the moment. Except by doing. From where you are, if you get close to the wall, they cannot get you from outside. The window is now a useless sightline. They have to push in, You have the sight line to kill them. When you get against the wall, you also have the sight line into the other site, and will be able to get the jump on them if they're coming into that site. Like, this is a strong position to use. He coming. Come. All right. Back to your POV. Yeah, you're watching the window hoping for the duel to happen. Let the duel come to you. Don't force the duel. That still has a cap can on it. You do not need to watch it. You will know if the cap can comes off.
15 seconds remaining.
There's 15 seconds. They're going to start rushing. They're not going to rush bathroom. So that's the fire.
5 seconds.
I remember how this game ended, too. So now they're coming into bathroom. We need to... We gotta... No. We're gonna... I'm going back. We're going back. Because I want to talk about that, and I know everyone fucking saw it. There's no fucking excuses. No one missed that. No one missed what just happened. And I will make sure no one missed it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Round 5. We got to look at that again. This is no longer at a glance. This is now a deep dive. I can feel Keith's shame at what I'm about to show.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Slow down the speed. The round ended at that very moment, so I was like, meh. It didn't.
10 seconds to go.
Round wasn't over. Like, round was not over. So you've got this sight line. This is the sight line you've been watching all game. There are 2 seconds left. They could still win it. Do not relax during a game. Ever. Because that is how you get fucked in a last-minute clutch. So they start pushing. Now, what do you see there? That's called an enemy. And what does the enemy do?
Operators,
Just comes in. And you don't shoot. That is how you get clutched. That is how you get fucking clutched. Don't ever relax. Because that is how you get clutched. Just because it's the end of the round doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't matter if there's like a fraction of a second left. You could still get clutched. Don't ever relax. I swear to God. Anyway, that was at a glance.